and games with the next one. Fun and games with the next one, definitely. The next one I did was this Sewaholic Granville. I love this shirt. I love the way it's turned out, but I shan't use the proper words, but if I turn the words around and say lugger bugs, lugger bugs here, wasn't reading the instructions again. And of course, what did I do? Oh, well, the problem is, you see, there's a story to this. When I was, because I'm only 5'1", and because I was brought up post-war, my mother always used to say, when we looked at patterns, and if it said you needed 3 1/4 yards, we would get probably 3 yards, or maybe it's even 2 3/4 yards, because I always found that the patterns I had to shorten by about 5 or 6 inches, and also in those days I was slimmer, so I didn't need as much material. I don't like waste, so I like to make sure the patterns are well laid out in the right grain, the right way, saving on fabric, saving on, you know, and by doing that I find that I don't have to buy as much fabric. So in the case of the Bruyere, not the Bruyere, the Granville, I think I bought 1.25 meters of the fabric that I was going to try, and of course I just had enough. I just had enough. So I made this Granville blouse, and I trimmed it with, because this was basically the toile, the tester, I used some fabric that I had and that I bought, and I really don't know why I bought it, but I thought I'll use it. So let me show you what this is like. Another, again, this hasn't got buttons on yet. I've got the buttons to do. I've just done the buttonholes, but I've got the buttons to do. This is the fabric. It's the black fabric. I bought it last year. It's like a, it's cotton, and it's like a, I can't remember what you call it, but on the inside, on the front, is I've lined it with pink with black with white sheep. Pink with white sheep. Now it's just telling me my battery's running out, so watch this space. Hang on. I used this pink sheep for the facing, and I hadn't planned on having this pink piping down on the front placket, but let me explain what happened. I made the shirt, I made the placket, and when I put it together, it didn't lie right. I followed the instructions, and I can't remember how. I was following the instructions, and I couldn't understand how. You basically have one side on the front, one side wider than the other. Now, I've never had that happen before. I've never made a shirt where one side is wider than the other. And then on here, you put a thin placket there and a wider one there. So the thin one goes on the wide side and a wider one on the other side. And when you bring them round, it looks like that. But this side was wider than that side. So what I found was that it meant that when my thing fastened, the collar was off centre. It just looked like the collar was there and it was kind of like that instead of being in the middle. So that's the point of your collar. It was actually like that, and I thought, no, that's not right. That's not right at all. So, didn't go in the UFO box. I thought, I'm not going to let this beat me. So I ripped it out. I thought, right, so I just thought, that's not right. Forget about that. Let's do it the way you want to. So the placket got ripped out, and then I trimmed down the front, and then I decided to put another placket on, but I didn't have enough material, so I had to use the original placket. And because I had to use the original placket, I ended up with some, I can't remember what happened now. But I was using the original placket and I had a lot of stray threads and things. So I decided, cut my thumb again, cut thumb. Don't know if any of you are the same. Let me interrupt this. Every year I get a little cut on my thumbs, just a little cut. And it drives me mad. It starts to itch. At first, my skin goes hard. I use hand cream about 7 or 8 times a day, even more. I mean, they're very dry. My hands are very dry now. And I go around, I've bought some little containers. I'm constantly having to put hand cream on, but I always end up with, look at this, you might see there, my thumb. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see my thumb? My thumb is all dry skin round there, and it goes, what happens is it starts to split. So my cure is to put an elastoplast over it, which eventually gets very dirty, so apologies ladies, I keep changing that about 3 times a day, and I try to keep it moist, and it eventually softens and goes away. And then if I take the elastoplast off, it comes back again. So if you've got any suggestions how to stop, I think they're called keens, how to stop them from developing, I would appreciate it, because it really drives me mad. The skin goes really hard, probably because I'm doing all sorts of jobs and my hands are never out of water. So anyway, so I had to disguise this fact. I think it was, I can't remember why, but in the end I thought, right, I'm going to put some pink down there. Then I decided to have a side placket like this. And again, I didn't have instructions, so I put a little video up that I made where I was trying to decide how to do it. I couldn't be bothered to go and look at a book. And I thought, now I've sewn down the side there. I'm going to finish that edge, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cut there, and we're going to do a placket. Now I'm going to be flying by the seat of my pants because I got a vague recollection how to do a placket, but I want to see how far I can go just working it out myself. So let's just see. But it's going to have a placket that overlaps. Now how it's going to work, I don't know, because I can't remember how to do it, but I think I'm going to put right sides together there, and then I'm going to fold that in like that, and that like that, and then right sides together there, no, that way, and then I'm going to have it so that that folds like that. And then put those like that. No, that's wrong, because that's going to have to go there. Hold on, now let me work this out. I want it so that that and that are together. This is like working a jigsaw puzzle out, and that and that opens up like that. So that needs to be pinned to there for start. Let's do this one. This needs to be pinned to here. So let's pin that to here. Get the pins. Pin that to that seam there. Let's just try and see if it works. Alright. So I would sew down there, then I'm going to fold that over and sew down there, have it like that, and sew down there so that's square. So let's put that there. Now is that right? Is it going to be the back or the front that overlaps? Let me think about this. The front's going to overlap over the back, so you're going to have to see the back. So no, that's not right. That's going to have to be like that. So I'm going to do that, then that's going to go like that. Then this is going to go in, and that's going to be like that. Right, so we're going to have it like that. There. Hopefully I've picked it up just to let us see. So this is going to be that way, and this one is going to be, remember you've got to have your sheep going downwards. This one is going to be like that. So that's going to be like that, but when you have your flap like that, that's going to fold in like that. So that is going to go over the top of that. Is that right? No. Let's see. Turn it over and let's have a look at it this way. This is going to be the outside, right? So we've got that much like that. That's the back. So that's right. But this front, the front is going to sew like that. We're going to match it up that seam. And then we're going to turn it round so it's like that, so that it's going to be an open flap like that. And when you open it, because as you walk, I have to put a cross stitch across there, a diagonal stitch there. When you walk, then that's going to show. So I need to turn that in like that and sew those like that. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be. So now I have to work out which way to do the seams. So I think we'll start by sewing that seam and sewing. I now have, this is my side seam, this is the front of the shirt, this is the back of the shirt. I now have this so that when it opens, that one is going to be turned under like that, and that one is going to be turned under like that, so that when the two open, as I'm moving, you'll catch a glimpse of the sheep. So the next stage I have to do is I have to sew that along there, and then I have to sew this along there. In fact, I think what I've got to do is sew that along there like that, and then this one I've got to turn that in and sew it along there like that. So that's where I'm sewing down along there, and I'll be sewing down there, so that when the two go over like that, it'll be nicely hidden and it's going to be showing like that. Right? And that's your little placket on the side there. So there's the little placket on the side, so that was not a problem. Then I made the sleeves, and I had the sleeves, I had the cuffs, beautiful cuffs. The cuffs were going to have this pink fabric. The cuffs were pink on the inside and black on the outside, and so that when I rolled them up, the pink would show like that. And I made a beautiful placket exactly the way they said, and I had a lovely point, had it really nice. And then I set the sleeves into the arms, and I thought, right, you must remember, placket goes to the back, it's there, so you need to have your seam going down there, and your placket's just off your hand there, off your wrist there. Put it into the blouse and sewed it all up. Went to trying it on, and I had like those on the Great British Sewing Bee. I think it was who was it? The guy who came second or third. I had put two sleeves in the same way. And I don't know how I had put two sleeves in. I basically cut one of my plackets on the wrong side, so I ended up with two left sleeves. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do here now? I don't have any sleeves, I don't have any fabric left. So then in the end I thought, right, chop them off. So I chopped them off above the plackets there. And then I made them into short sleeves, And then I thought, nah, I don't like short sleeves. I'm not very keen on short sleeves. So I found enough fabric to do 2 pieces like this. I've still got bits of thread on. So I found enough fabric to add that on. So what I've got is a little cuff type thing. It's still got thread on it from where it was unpicked. So it had been cut just below or just above where the placket would have been on the back sleeve. And so I've got like a 3/4 sleeve